Have you ever wondered why your eyes open in the middle of the night, somewhere between 3 and 5 in the morning, as if something deep inside you is calling for your attention? It feels strange, doesn't it? The world outside is silent, but your heart beats louder than usual. Your mind may begin to race, searching for reasons, replaying memories, or imagining fears that don't even exist. And in that quiet, lonely hour, you might even feel like something greater is trying to reach you, almost whispering in a language you can't fully understand. That moment is not random, it is powerful, and it holds meaning if you dare to listen. Most people will turn over, grab their phone, and distract themselves until sleep comes again. But you are here right now because you sense there is more. You know that waking up at this time is not just about broken sleep. It's about a hidden opportunity. Between 3 and 5 a.m., your brain enters a unique state. The distractions of the day are gone. The noise of the outside world is silent. And for a brief window, your inner world becomes louder, clearer, more honest. This is when your subconscious mind begins to speak. This is when your body is aligned with the natural rhythm of the universe. And this is when transformation can begin if you choose to act. You might have carried stress, pain, or unspoken worries through the day. You may have buried your true desires under responsibilities, expectations, and fears. But in these early hours, none of that matters. What rises to the surface now are the truths you cannot ignore. Waking at this time is a signal, a nudge, a reminder that you have unfinished business with yourself. And instead of seeing it as a problem, imagine seeing it as a gift. A doorway has opened, and on the other side lies clarity, focus, and the strength you have been searching for. Think about it. How often do you complain that there is no time for yourself? How often do you say you'll start the workout, write the book, meditate, or pray, only to push it off until tomorrow? And yet here you are given time you never planned for. Minutes when no one asks for you, no one distracts you, no one interrupts. It's just you, your breath, and the silence of the world asleep. This is a sacred moment and it belongs to you. And here is why you should keep listening. Because what you do between 3 and 5 a.m. can change the direction of your entire day, and over time, your entire life. You will discover practices that bring peace when your mind is restless, energy when your body feels heavy, and courage when your spirit feels weak. You will learn how to transform the fear of waking into the power of awakening. And as you begin to use these hours with purpose, you will feel more alive, more present, and more connected to who you really are. So stay with me. Don't turn away. Every word you hear from this point forward is designed to guide you deeper into yourself, to help you unlock the hidden potential waiting in those early morning hours. What once felt like an inconvenience will soon become your secret advantage. This is not just about waking up. This is about rising, transforming, and stepping into the life you were always meant to live. When your eyes open at those hours, the first battle is not with the darkness around you, but with the voice inside that says, go back to sleep, it doesn't matter. That voice is comfort disguised as safety, but in reality, it is resistance. It is the same resistance that keeps you from making changes you know you need. The same resistance that whispers excuses when you want to take action. The same resistance that has held you back time after time. If you listen to it now, you return to the cycle of delay. But if you resist it even once, you begin to break chains that have been wrapped around you for years. Those early hours demand courage. They strip away the illusions of busy schedules and social masks. In that silence, there is nothing to hide behind. You face yourself raw and unfiltered, and this is where real transformation begins. Because no lasting change comes without first meeting yourself honestly. You may feel uncomfortable, even restless, but that discomfort is the doorway. Growth never feels easy. The greatest moments of your life will not arrive wrapped in comfort. They will arrive dressed as challenges, interruptions, and awakenings. There is a reason ancient traditions and modern science both point to these hours as sacred. In spiritual texts, it is known as the hour of prayer, the hour when the veil between the physical and the divine feels thinner. In neuroscience, it is known as a period when the brain produces theta waves, those same frequencies tied to creativity, intuition, and deep states of calm. You are not waking by accident. Something in you is aligning with a rhythm older than time itself, And the more you learn to embrace it, the more your life begins to change. Think about the weight you carry daily. Stress, regret, unresolved conversations, unfinished dreams. During the day, you bury them under noise. But at 3 a.m, when the world is silent, they rise to the surface. That is not punishment. That is an invitation. Your mind is trying to clear what you have ignored. Your body is asking you to listen. And when you use this time with intention, you turn restless nights into fuel for awakening. Instead of drowning in overthinking, you rise with clarity. Instead of feeling trapped in anxiety, you find peace and presence. Instead of fearing the silence, you discover its power. And the reward? Imagine waking not with dread, but with purpose. Imagine beginning your day knowing you have already done something powerful for yourself before the sun even rises. That sense of control, that inner confidence follows you into every interaction, every decision, every challenge. The people around you will notice something different in you. You will carry a presence, a calm energy that others feel but cannot explain. And you will know the truth. It all began when you decided to see waking at those hours not as a curse, but as a gift. You don't need to force massive change overnight. You only need to use what is already given to you. Those minutes in the quiet are your open door. Step through them, and you step into a version of yourself you may have forgotten, but never lost. This is the power of 3 to 5. It is not random. It is not meaningless. It is your invitation to rise. The first thing you must understand is that these early hours are not about doing more, but about becoming more. When you wake between 3 and 5, you are not being asked to rush into action or to drown yourself in tasks. You are being asked to return to yourself, to reconnect with the deepest part of who you are. This time is not about speed or urgency. It is about stillness, alignment, and truth. In that stillness, you discover strength you didn't know you had. Because when the world is quiet, the voice of your soul becomes louder. Many people ignore this gift. They think it is just insomnia, a random interruption of sleep, nothing worth paying attention to. But the truth is, moments like this are rare. They are windows into clarity. They are spaces where your thoughts are unfiltered, where your heart speaks without distraction, where your energy is raw and honest. If you push it away, you push away the chance to hear what your life has been trying to tell you. But if you welcome it, you open a channel to wisdom and direction that can carry you forward with more power than you imagine. Ask yourself what happens when you wake and immediately fill the silence with worry. Your body tenses, your mind races, your spirit shrinks. You fall into the trap of believing that the night is your enemy. But shift that perspective even slightly, and everything changes. Instead of fear, there is gratitude. Instead of resistance, there is acceptance. Instead of stress, there is focus. Gratitude itself is a powerful trigger in the brain. It releases chemicals that calm fear, enhance resilience, and expand possibility. By choosing gratitude in those quiet hours, you rewire your mind to see opportunity where you once saw burden. Think of how differently your day would begin if you greeted those early hours, not with frustration, but with intention. Just one intentional breath, one clear thought, one deliberate choice can change the energy you carry. You do not need hours of ritual to feel different. You need presence. You need to remind yourself that life is not happening against you. It is happening for you. Waking up early is not punishment. It is preparation. You are being given space to rise, to align, to create. This is why some of the most powerful leaders, thinkers, and creators guard these hours fiercely. They understand that when the rest of the world sleeps, they can shape their vision without interruption. They can listen to their inner compass without distraction. They can strengthen their mind before the demands of the day pull them in every direction. This is not about copying their habits, but about understanding the principle. Silence is power, and if you use it wisely, it becomes your advantage. Now imagine the ripple effect. The peace you build in those moments travels with you into your day. The focus you create in the early hours sharpens every decision you make. The calm you nurture in silence gives you the courage to face storms without losing balance. You don't just change your morning, you change the way you show up in the world. And when you change the way you show up, everything around you begins to shift. Doors open, opportunities appear, and life responds differently to someone who has claimed their own inner power before the sun has risen. This is the secret waiting in those hours. It is not about time on a clock. It is about the state of your mind and heart. And when you choose to embrace it, you will never look at 3 a.m. the same way again. When you wake in these early hours, every thought you have carries weight. Your mind is unburdened by distraction, yet it is raw, sensitive, and honest. The ideas that rise now are not random. They are reflections of your deepest needs, your unspoken desires, the whispers of your potential. Most people ignore them. They tell themselves, I'll think about it tomorrow, and slip back into sleep, returning to the endless cycle of postponement. But when you choose to engage with those thoughts, even for a few minutes, you begin to train your mind to notice opportunity, to recognize possibility, and to align with action. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is a canvas. Every worry, every fear, every spark of hope floats on it. And what you choose to paint on that canvas shapes the energy you carry through the day. If you fill it with complaint, regret, or anxiety, those same feelings will follow you into morning. But if you fill it with clarity, with intention, with self-belief, you create momentum that cannot be stopped. The brain responds to focus. Neural pathways strengthen when you consistently direct attention to growth, and the early hours are the perfect time to train your mind without interference. This is why habits formed in the quiet before dawn are so powerful. They create lasting change that carries through your life. Fear often rises first when you wake. Fear of the day ahead, fear of judgment, fear that you are not enough. This is natural. The mind is designed to protect, even when protection is no longer necessary. But in these hours, you have a choice. You can let fear dictate your actions, or you can acknowledge it and move anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the decision to act despite it. Every morning you wake intentionally. Every morning you resist the pull of distraction and resistance. You strengthen the part of you that is unstoppable, unshakable, and fully alive. Focus grows when distractions disappear. The world is quiet. Notifications are silent. Responsibilities wait. You have a rare gift, uninterrupted access to your own energy and clarity. This is the ideal moment to ask yourself the questions you usually avoid. What do I really want? What am I avoiding? What small action today will bring me closer to the life I've imagined? The answers are inside, waiting for you to give them space. When you honor these moments, you create a habit of reflection and intentionality that transforms not just mornings, but your entire approach to life. Physical energy also responds to this rhythm. The body, if treated with attention, can shift from fatigue to vitality. Deep breathing, stretching, or gentle movement during these hours wakes up muscles, releases tension, and signals to the mind that it is ready for clarity. Even a few minutes of intentional physical presence aligns your energy, creating a bridge between body, mind, and spirit. You begin to feel alive in a way that carries through every encounter and task. The early hours also sharpen your emotional intelligence. In silence, emotions become visible without the noise of the day. You can notice what triggers you, what inspires you, and where your boundaries lie. This awareness is not passive. It is preparation. It equips you to respond to challenges with calm, to lead with presence, and to act with precision rather than reaction. Every day becomes a practice ground for mastery, and mastery begins in the hours when the world is still asleep. When you choose to rise intentionally, you step into your power, not the power others give you, but the power that has always lived quietly inside. You begin to understand that the night is not a time for rest alone. It is a time for awakening. The more you claim it, the more your life begins to reflect the strength, clarity, and purpose that were always within reach. Every morning you wake in these hours, you are handed a choice. You can drift back into sleep, surrendering your power to the unconscious rhythm of the world, or you can rise, claim the moment, and step into deliberate creation. This choice may seem small, but it carries consequences far beyond the hour itself. Every deliberate action you take now sends ripples through your mind, your body, and your life. You are not simply waking, you are practicing mastery over yourself, over your habits, over your destiny. The mind is most flexible, most capable of rewiring itself in these early hours. Science shows that the subconscious is more receptive between 3 and 5 a.m. This is when patterns of thought can be reshaped, when negative loops can be interrupted, when your inner narrative can be rewritten. What you feed your mind now, what you focus on now will grow exponentially. If you fill this time with fear, worry, or doubt, those thoughts will expand into your day. But if you fill it with clarity, gratitude, and intentional focus, You plant seeds of resilience, courage, and unwavering confidence that grow stronger every moment you nurture them. Notice how quiet allows insight to surface. The absence of distraction magnifies your inner voice. The things you have been avoiding, ignoring, or suppressing now arise, not to punish you, but to guide you. These thoughts are not intrusions, they are messages. They point to areas where growth is possible, where action is overdue, where transformation waits. If you meet them with courage and openness, you begin to transform fear into clarity, anxiety into direction, and hesitation into momentum. You are not simply awake. You are alive in a way that most of the world never experiences. Your body responds to this intentional awakening as well. Gentle movement, stretching, or deep breathing floods your system with energy, activating circulation, oxygenating the brain, and signaling that you are present, alert, and ready. Even a few minutes of mindful physical attention elevates your state, anchoring your mind and body in alignment. Energy is contagious, and when you cultivate it intentionally, it flows through every decision, every task, and every interaction you face. You begin your day already steps ahead of those still surrendering to sleep. The emotional clarity gained during these hours is equally profound. You begin to see yourself without filters, without the masks worn during the day. You recognize your desires, your frustrations, and your untapped potential. This self-awareness is a form of power, silent, deep, and unstoppable. It equips you to act with precision rather than reaction, to choose what serves you rather than what distracts you, to respond to the world from a place of alignment rather than impulse. Gratitude magnifies its effect by focusing on even the smallest blessings during these hours. The quiet, your breath, the fact that you are awake and capable. You activate the brain's reward system. Dopamine rises, confidence grows, and your perception of the day shifts from struggle to opportunity. The world becomes a mirror of your inner state. What you cultivate now expands outward, shaping your experience long after the sun has risen. Waking intentionally between 3 and 5 is not merely a habit. It is an act of self-sovereignty. It is a declaration that you will no longer surrender your mornings to routine, to distraction, or to fear. You claim your power, sharpen your mind, strengthen your body, and center your spirit before the world even stirs. This is where the foundation of transformation is laid, and when you build it consistently, nothing in life feels insurmountable. You are awake. You are present. You are unstoppable. Every time you rise in these hours, you are stepping into a state of heightened awareness. The world is still, and so your mind becomes sharper, your senses clearer, your intuition stronger. This is not a coincidence. Your body and mind have evolved to respond to the silence, the absence of distraction, the emptiness around you. What you feel as restlessness or discomfort is actually your inner self waking up, signaling that it is ready for alignment. If you resist it, the feeling grows into frustration. If you embrace it, it transforms into clarity and unstoppable energy. The truth is, most people spend their lives reacting rather than creating. They allow circumstances, opinions, and habits to dictate their days. But when you intentionally occupy the early hours, you flip that script. You move from reaction to creation. You begin to craft the energy of your day before anyone else even has the chance to demand it from you. This is where leaders, innovators, and visionaries cultivate their edge. They understand that control over the morning is control over their life. The rest of the day is easier, decisions are clearer, and their impact grows exponentially because they have anchored themselves in presence while the world is still asleep. Your mind thrives on intentionality. Every thought, every focus, every small decision you make now compounds throughout your day. If you take even 10 minutes to center yourself, to breathe, to set intention, you are planting seeds that grow into resilience, creativity, and focus. These hours are uniquely yours, and how you choose to use them directly shapes not only your performance, but the quality of your life. You are training yourself to notice opportunity, to anticipate challenges, and to respond with calm precision instead of instinctive reactivity. Emotionally, the early hours strip away pretense. There's no one to impress, no one to appease, no noise to mask your true self. Here, you confront your fears, your doubts, and your untapped potential. This is uncomfortable because growth is uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Courage does not come from avoiding challenge. It comes from leaning into it. Every morning you practice awareness in this sacred window. Every morning you greet the stillness with purpose. You reinforce the habit of courage. This courage will ripple outward, transforming how you handle challenges throughout the day, week, and life. Physical presence amplifies this transformation. The simple act of stretching, moving, or taking a few deep breaths shifts your nervous system from tension to readiness. You signal to your body that it is capable, alive, and prepared for action. Energy is cultivated, not stumbled upon. When your body is aligned, your mind is sharper, your emotions steadier, and your clarity undeniable. The union of mind, body, and intention in these hours becomes a powerhouse that carries you into the day fully equipped to excel. Gratitude anchors the mind and amplifies all progress, recognizing that you are awake, that you have time to claim for yourself, that you have the power to influence your reality, triggers chemical and psychological responses that strengthen focus, confidence, and motivation. These moments, seemingly small, compound over time. They create momentum that propels you forward in ways that cannot be rushed or faked. By embracing this time, you step into your own sovereignty. You stop surrendering your power to routine, fear, or distraction. You claim it, cultivate it, and let it guide your life. The hours between 3 and 5 are not just a window, they are a crucible. And in this crucible, the version of yourself that you have always wanted to become is forged stronger, sharper, and unstoppable. When you wake in these quiet hours, you are offered a rare kind of freedom, a freedom few ever recognize or use. The world is asleep and all external pressures fade away. There is no expectation, no judgment, no distraction. This is your moment to reconnect with yourself, to feel the power of choice, and to reclaim the life that is rightfully yours. Every thought, every breath, every movement in this time carries significance. The energy you cultivate here does not dissipate, it compounds. It shapes the trajectory of your day, and over time, the course of your life. The mind craves clarity, yet so often it is drowned in chaos. In these early hours, clarity is unavoidable. Your subconscious speaks louder, revealing patterns, desires, and truths that remain hidden under the noise of daily life. When you listen carefully, you recognize where fear has been ruling, where indecision has been stagnating growth, and where courage is needed. You can act on this knowledge immediately, even in small ways. Action amplifies awareness, and even the tiniest steps taken intentionally now create momentum that carries far beyond the silence. Your body responds to this focus in profound ways. Restlessness, tension, and lethargy give way to energy, vitality, and presence. The breath becomes deeper, the mind sharper, and the heart steadier. Even 5 minutes of deliberate movement, stretching, or deep breathing can activate your nervous system. Aligning your physical and mental state, you are reminded that your body and mind are not separate, they are partners. When both are intentionally tuned in these hours, the synergy you create sets the stage for peak performance, resilience, and unwavering confidence throughout the day. Emotionally, this time reveals what has been buried. Loneliness, doubt, and anxiety may rise first, but they do not have to control you. These feelings are signals, not barriers. They highlight areas of growth and opportunity. By acknowledging them, breathing through them, and acting despite them, you transform emotional turbulence into a source of power. Courage is strengthened, emotional intelligence deepens, and the capacity to face challenges without losing composure becomes second nature. Each morning you practice this, your inner fortitude grows, and your presence in the world becomes magnetic. Gratitude in these hours is transformative, recognizing the gift of waking, the chance to act intentionally, and the control you have over your mind and body triggers the brain's reward systems. Dopamine and serotonin rise. Your perception of the day shifts from burden to opportunity. Even subtle acknowledgement of these moments rewires your brain toward positivity, focus, and resilience. This is not a fleeting feeling. It is a foundation for lasting transformation. The early morning is also a crucible for vision. The absence of distraction allows you to see clearly what you want, what you are capable of, and what actions will move you closer to your highest self. Planning, reflection, and intention during this time carry extraordinary weight because they are born from presence, not reaction. The clarity you cultivate now allows you to navigate the rest of your day with precision, purpose, and power. By waking intentionally, And claiming this time, you step fully into your power. You no longer surrender your mornings, your mind, or your life to chaos or habit. You reclaim control. You ignite energy. You cultivate focus. You align body, mind, and spirit. These hours are not simply a gift. They are a proving ground. And when you consistently rise to meet them, you create a life that is unstoppable, purposeful, and fully yours. When you fully embrace these hours, you begin to understand that true power is not found in rushing through tasks or reacting to the world, but in mastering yourself. The world sleeps, yet here you are, fully alive, fully aware, fully present. This is the advantage that most people will never experience. While they remain tethered to distraction, anxiety, and habit, you have claimed a space where clarity, energy, and vision flow naturally. The mind that rises intentionally at this hour becomes a mind trained in focus, resilience, and creativity. Your thoughts in these moments are not idle, they are seeds. Every idea, every insight, every flicker of intuition holds potential. Most people dismiss these early morning whispers, letting them fade with the sunrise. You do not. You listen, you nurture them, you act on them. This is how breakthroughs happen. Small, consistent attention to these moments rewires your brain to notice opportunity, to see patterns, and to respond with precision rather than reaction. What you do in this silence sets the tone not just for your morning, but for your entire life. Emotionally, the stillness allows you to confront yourself without pretense. There is no one to impress, no obligations to distract you, no external pressures. In this quiet, you see clearly where fear has been holding you back, where hesitation has limited your potential, and where courage is needed. Each morning you face these truths. You build emotional strength that cannot be shaken. You train yourself to move through life with intention rather than reaction, with confidence rather than doubt, with clarity rather than confusion. Your body responds as well. Simple movement, even a few stretches or deep breaths, activates energy that has lain dormant while you slept. Circulation improves, oxygen flows, muscles awaken, and your nervous system aligns. The connection between body, mind, and spirit becomes palpable. Energy generated intentionally in these hours carries through the day, amplifying focus, endurance, and productivity. You are no longer at the mercy of fatigue or distraction. You are in control of your state, your choices, and your impact. Gratitude in this time transforms perception by consciously appreciating the gift of waking, the silence, and the opportunity to act with intention. Your brain releases chemicals that enhance motivation, positivity, and focus. This is not a fleeting emotion. It is a foundation for a life built on awareness, resilience, and self-mastery. When gratitude becomes a habit in these hours, it expands beyond the morning, influencing how you perceive challenges, opportunities, and relationships throughout your day. These hours also sharpen your vision. With clarity of mind, emotional calm, and physical presence, you are able to see not only what you want, but what is required to achieve it. Plans and intentions conceived in this state are born from alignment, not impulse. They carry weight, precision, and purpose. When acted upon consistently, they transform goals into reality, dreams into tangible outcomes, and potential into achievement. Claiming this time is claiming your life. Every morning you rise intentionally, every thought you focus, every action you take compounds into momentum that cannot be ignored. You move through the world with a presence, a confidence, and a clarity that sets you apart. These hours are not just a window, they are a launch pad. And when you step into them fully, deliberately, and consistently, you awaken the power within you that has always been waiting to rise. The truth you must face is that these hours are a test of attention, discipline, and courage. The world is still, yet your mind may rebel. Thoughts of fatigue, doubt, and excuses will rise. The comfort of surrender whispers louder than the call to action, but what separates those who transform from those who remain stagnant is simple. They choose to rise, fully aware that the discomfort they feel is a signal of growth. Every morning you fight for this time, you strengthen a muscle far more important than any physical one, the muscle of willpower, focus, and self-mastery. Your mind in these hours is fertile ground. The thoughts you entertain now shape not just your day, but your future. When you focus on clarity, gratitude, and intention, Neural pathways strengthen in ways that embed resilience, creativity, and courage deep into your subconscious. You become capable of noticing opportunities that others miss, responding with calm and precision, and turning challenges into stepping stones. Every deliberate thought in this time compounds. Every moment you resist the pull of distraction builds momentum that cannot be replicated during the chaos of the day. Emotionally, waking early exposes you to yourself. There is no mask, no role to play, no distraction to hide behind. Here, your fears and desires are laid bare. You see where doubt has limited you, where hesitation has delayed you, and where courage is required. By facing these truths instead of turning away, you cultivate emotional resilience. You train yourself to act with integrity, to navigate challenges with calm, and to respond to life rather than merely react. The strength you build now carries far beyond the morning hours, influencing every interaction, every decision, and every path you choose. Your body responds to this intentional engagement as well. Simple practices, stretching, deep breathing, gentle movement, activate your energy system, signaling readiness, clarity, and vitality. You are not waking into inertia, you are waking into power. The connection between mind, body, and spirit becomes undeniable. When you cultivate this alignment consistently, you are able to move through the day with focus, endurance, and presence. Your energy becomes a force that influences everything you do and everyone you encounter. Gratitude intensifies this effect, recognizing the gift of these early hours, the chance to act with intention, to reclaim control, and to shape your reality. Activate psychological and physiological responses that enhance motivation, clarity, and positivity. This is not fleeting. It builds a foundation of mental strength that expands across your life. Gratitude turns silence into power, resistance into opportunity, and presence into unstoppable momentum. These hours are also a time of vision. The clarity and stillness you cultivate allow you to see not only what you want, but exactly what is required to achieve it. Thoughts conceived here are born from alignment, not reaction. Plans formed in this space carry weight, precision, and direction. When acted upon consistently, they transform potential into achievement, dreams into reality, and hesitation into unstoppable progress. Every morning you rise intentionally, you are practicing sovereignty over your life. You are claiming focus, energy, and presence while the world sleeps. You are planting seeds that grow into momentum, confidence, and transformation. These hours are not merely a gift. They are a battlefield, a proving ground, and a launch pad. The more you step into them with courage, the more you awaken the power that has always been waiting within you. When you wake in these sacred hours, the world is still, but your mind is alive. Thoughts rise not as distractions, but as signals, guiding you toward clarity, focus, and purpose. Every moment you resist the pull of comfort and act intentionally strengthens a force within you that cannot be shaken. This is the power of presence. It is the power to choose, to create, to align your mind, body, and spirit with your highest potential. You are not simply awake. You are consciously stepping into a version of yourself that the world rarely gets to see. The mind in these hours is exceptional. Neural pathways are open, intuition is heightened, and focus flows naturally. Whatever you feed it now, clarity, purpose, gratitude, courage, multiplies throughout the day. Your subconscious listens and adapts, embedding resilience, self-belief, and determination deep within your psyche. Each deliberate thought is an investment. Each moment you claim strengthens your ability to respond to challenges, to seize opportunity, and to move forward with unstoppable momentum. You are training yourself not to react, but to create. Emotionally, these hours strip away pretense. There is no one to impress, no obligations to distract you, no noise to cloud your perception. What rises now are the truths you often ignore, the fears, doubts, and unrealized potential that shape your life quietly. By meeting them directly, acknowledging them without judgment, and acting with intention, you cultivate emotional strength. You develop a calm certainty that carries you through the rest of the day. This is not comfort. It is mastery, and mastery begins in silence. Your body responds to this conscious awakening. Simple acts, stretching, deep breathing, or focused movement activate energy, circulation, and mental clarity. You signal to yourself that you are ready, capable, and alive, The synergy of mind, body, and spirit in these hours creates momentum that flows naturally into every task, interaction, and decision. You are no longer merely navigating life. You are leading it, fully present and fully capable. Gratitude amplifies everything. By recognizing the gift of being awake, of having this time to claim for yourself, you trigger a cascade of psychological and physiological responses. Motivation rises, focus sharpens, and positivity expands. Gratitude transforms silence into power, resistance into clarity, and presence into action. Even a few conscious moments of acknowledgement in these hours create compounding effects that extend throughout the day, shaping perception, performance, and perspective. These hours also reveal vision. The quiet sharpens your focus, allowing you to see clearly what you want, what is possible, and what steps will lead you there. Planning in this state is not mechanical. It is aligned with your inner wisdom, your values, and your purpose. Decisions made now carry clarity, precision, and energy that cannot be replicated later. Each intentional action compounds, turning potential into progress, hesitation into momentum, and dreams into tangible outcomes. By fully inhabiting these hours, you step into sovereignty over your life. You reclaim power that has often been ceded to routine, distraction, or fear. You cultivate focus, energy, and presence that influence not just your morning, but every interaction, every decision, and every outcome. These hours are not merely time, they are a crucible. Each day you rise intentionally, you forge the version of yourself that is unstoppable, aligned, and fully alive. When you rise in these hours, you are stepping into a state of absolute presence. The world is quiet, yet your mind hums with potential. Every thought, every intention, every breath carries power. The pull of comfort and distraction is strong, but the choice to act intentionally defines who you are becoming. Each moment you choose awareness over surrender, clarity over chaos, courage over fear. You are reinforcing the foundations of transformation. This is not a casual awakening. It is a deliberate claim of your own life, your own energy, and your own destiny. The mind in this time is malleable, receptive, and sharp. Ideas emerge with clarity, and insights rise unfiltered. What you focus on now does not fade, it compounds. Neural pathways are strengthened by deliberate attention, embedding resilience, creativity, and confidence deep within your subconscious. Every moment of intentional thought, every conscious choice builds momentum that will follow you throughout the day. You are not simply awake, you are shaping your inner world, which in turn shapes your external reality. The decisions you make here ripple outward, influencing your actions, your opportunities, and the life you are capable of creating. Emotionally, the silence is transformative. There's no mask, no performance, no obligation. What surfaces is the truth of who you are, the unacknowledged fears, the unrealized potential, the suppressed desires. Facing these truths without avoidance or judgment is the essence of emotional mastery. You learn to act despite fear, to move with clarity despite doubt, and to cultivate courage in the absence of comfort. This emotional strength is not fleeting. It becomes a part of you, carrying through every encounter, every challenge, and every decision long after the sun rises. Your body responds to this intentional state as well. Simple actions, stretching, breathing deeply, or engaging in mindful movement activate energy, enhance circulation, and focus your nervous system. Your body signals readiness, your mind gains clarity, and your spirit anchors in purpose. The alignment of mind, body, and spirit in these hours is not accidental. It is a force multiplier. Energy generated consciously now carries through every choice you make, every action you take, and every moment you encounter. You are no longer merely existing. You are fully alive, fully capable, and fully present. Gratitude in these hours transforms perception and amplifies impact. By acknowledging the gift of being awake, the opportunity to act intentionally, and the control you have over your inner state, your brain releases chemicals that increase focus, motivation, and positivity. Gratitude turns silence into strength, resistance into clarity, and presence into unstoppable momentum. The compounding effects of this practice reshape not just your morning, but your entire life, influencing the way you think, feel, and act at every level. Vision becomes sharper in these hours. The clarity of mind, emotional stability, and physical presence allow you to see not just what you want, but what is necessary to achieve it. Every plan, every intention, every strategy conceived in this time carries weight and precision. When acted upon consistently, they transform potential into achievement, hesitation into momentum, and dreams into reality. The early hours are a crucible for growth, a training ground for mastery, and a proving ground for those willing to rise above comfort and claim their power. By claiming this time, you reclaim your life. Every deliberate thought, every conscious action, every moment of awareness builds momentum that cannot be ignored. You step into focus, energy, and presence that set you apart. The hours between 3 and 5 are not merely a window, they are a launch pad. Each day you rise intentionally. You awaken the power within you that has always been waiting, fully capable of shaping the life you were meant to live. When you wake in these hours, you are gifted a rare clarity that cannot be found in the chaos of the day. The world is silent, yet your mind is alive with possibility. Every thought you choose to focus on now has exponential power. Every breath, every deliberate action, every moment of attention compounds, shaping your energy, your focus, and the trajectory of your life. This is not a passive awakening. It is an active claim of your own mind, your own body, and your own destiny. Your mind is uniquely receptive in this window. Neural pathways are open, creativity flows naturally, and intuition becomes sharper. Thoughts that are usually buried beneath the noise of daily life rise with clarity and precision. What you focus on now grows. What you nourish now strengthens. The early hours are not simply a break in your sleep. They are a laboratory for self-mastery. Every insight you capture, every intentional action you take builds momentum that carries far beyond this quiet time, influencing your decisions, your interactions, and your results throughout the day. Emotionally, these hours are powerful because there is no one to impress and nothing to hide behind. Your fears, doubts, and unacknowledged potential rise to the surface. This is not a threat. It is an invitation. By confronting these truths without resistance, you cultivate courage. By moving despite discomfort, you build resilience. By acting with clarity while the world sleeps, you train yourself to respond to life rather than react to it. Emotional mastery begins in these moments, and each day you practice it, the strength becomes integral to who you are. Your body responds to intentional presence as well. Stretching, deep breathing, or mindful movement signals readiness, alignment, and vitality. Energy flows, muscles awaken, and circulation improves. The connection between mind, body, and spirit becomes undeniable. Energy cultivated now carries through every decision, every action, and every challenge you face. You are no longer a passive participant in life. You are fully alive, fully capable, and fully in control. Gratitude transforms these hours into an incubator for power. Recognizing the gift of being awake, the opportunity to act deliberately, and the chance to shape your own reality triggers neurological responses that enhance focus, motivation, and positivity. Gratitude turns silence into strength, restlessness into clarity, and presence into unstoppable momentum. Even a few intentional moments of acknowledgement compound over time, reshaping your perception of life and building the foundation for lasting transformation. Vision becomes unmistakably clear in its quiet. The alignment of mind, body, and spirit allows you to see not just what you desire, but what is required to achieve it. Every plan, every goal, every intention conceived now carries weight, precision, and energy that cannot be replicated later. Action taken in these hours translates into momentum, transforming potential into tangible results, hesitation into confidence, and dreams into reality. Claiming this time is claiming your life. Every deliberate thought, every conscious action, every moment of presence strengthens the foundation of your future. These hours are not simply a window, they are a launch pad. Each day you rise intentionally, you awaken the power within you that has always been waiting, ready to shape the life you were meant to live. You are awake, you are present, you are unstoppable. When you rise in these hours, you step into a space of unmatched potential. The world sleeps, yet your mind, body, and spirit are fully alive. Every thought you focus on, every deliberate action you take, every breath you draw compounds into momentum that will carry through your entire day. This is not a passive moment. It is a choice, a conscious decision to claim control over your life, to shape your energy, your focus, and your destiny. The quiet does not diminish your power, it amplifies it. The mind in these hours is extraordinary. Neural pathways are highly receptive, creativity flows naturally, and intuition sharpens. Insights that are often buried beneath the noise of daily life rise with clarity. Every thought you nurture now strengthens resilience, confidence, and the ability to respond rather than react. This is not random or accidental. Your subconscious is alert, absorbing intention and aligning it with action. What you feed it in these hours grows exponentially. The early morning is a laboratory for self-mastery, and every deliberate act compounds into transformation. Emotionally, these hours strip away all illusions. There is no audience, no expectations, no external noise. The truths that surface, fears, doubts, unrealized potential, are not threats. They are invitations. By facing them without avoidance, you cultivate courage. By acting despite discomfort, you strengthen resilience. By choosing clarity and intention while the world sleeps, you train yourself to move through life with purpose and precision. Emotional mastery is born here, in the silence, in the stillness, in the intentionality of every moment. Your body responds to deliberate engagement in this space. Simple movements, deep breathing, or gentle stretching align your nervous system, awaken energy, and enhance focus. Physical presence amplifies mental and emotional clarity. The synergy of mind, body, and spirit in these hours is transformative. Energy cultivated now flows through every decision, every interaction, and every challenge. You are no longer passive. You are fully awake, fully capable, and fully aligned with your purpose. Gratitude magnifies the power of this time, recognizing the gift of being awake, the chance to act with intention, and the opportunity to shape your life triggers neurological and physiological responses that enhance focus, motivation, and positivity. Gratitude turns silence into strength, resistance into clarity, and awareness into unstoppable momentum. Even moments of acknowledgement compound over time, reshaping your perception and building a foundation for lasting transformation. Vision sharpens in these hours. The alignment of your mind, body, and spirit allows you to see not just what you want, but what actions are required to achieve it. Intentions formed now carry precision, weight, and energy that is unmatched during the chaos of the day. Decisions made in this space transform potential into action, hesitation into momentum, and dreams into tangible outcomes. The early hours are a proving ground for mastery, a crucible where growth is forged, and a launch pad for achievement. By claiming these hours, you claim your life. Every deliberate thought, every conscious action, every intentional moment strengthens the foundation of your future. These hours are not merely time, they are power, opportunity, and transformation condensed into stillness. Each day you rise intentionally, you awaken the force within you that has always been waiting, ready to create a life defined not by circumstance, but by purpose, presence, and unstoppable momentum. You are awake. You are aligned. You are unstoppable. When you awaken in these hours, you enter a realm where the world is silent, yet your mind is fully alert. The stillness around you amplifies the power within you. Every thought, every breath, every deliberate action now carries weight far beyond the moment. This is a space where clarity, focus, and energy converge. This is the crucible where transformation begins. To rise in these hours is to step into your own sovereignty, to reclaim control over your mind, body, and spirit, and to set the tone for everything that follows. Your mind in this time is extraordinarily receptive. Creativity flows effortlessly, intuition sharpens, and insights that are usually buried under noise and distraction surface with clarity. What you feed your mind in these hours becomes the blueprint for your day and eventually for your life. Focusing on growth, gratitude, and deliberate action strengthens neural pathways that embed resilience, confidence, and courage deep within your subconscious. This is not merely mental exercise, it is the architecture of transformation built through repeated acts of presence, attention, and intention. Emotionally, these hours strip away illusion. There is no audience, no expectation, no distraction. The truths that rise, fears, doubts, unspoken desires, and untapped potential are not obstacles, they are invitations. By acknowledging these truths and moving through them with courage, you develop emotional mastery. Acting intentionally despite discomfort strengthens your inner foundation, training you to respond to life with calm precision rather than impulsive reaction. Each morning you confront this space. You fortify the part of you that is fearless, resilient, and unwavering. Your body responds to conscious engagement in these hours as well. Simple acts like stretching, deep breathing, or gentle movement awaken energy, improve circulation, and signal readiness to the nervous system. The connection between body, mind, and spirit becomes tangible. Energy cultivated in this way flows through every decision, every interaction, and every challenge you encounter throughout the day. You are no longer passive. You are fully present, fully capable, and fully alive. Gratitude compounds the effect of this intentional awakening. Recognizing the gift of these hours, the opportunity to act with focus, and the power you hold over your inner state triggers neurological responses that enhance motivation, clarity, and emotional resilience. Silence transforms into strength, resistance transforms into clarity, and awareness transforms into unstoppable momentum. Even brief acknowledgement in this space compounds over time, shaping not only your morning but your entire life. Vision sharpens naturally in the early hours. When mind, body, and spirit align, you see clearly what you want and what it will take to achieve it. Intentions and plans conceived in this time carry precision, energy, and alignment that cannot be replicated later in the day. When acted upon consistently, they transform potential into progress, hesitation into momentum, and dreams into tangible reality. The early hours are a proving ground for mastery, a training ground for growth, and a launch pad for achievement. Claiming these hours is claiming your life. Every deliberate thought, every conscious action, every moment of presence strengthens your foundation for success. These hours are not just time. They are power, opportunity, and transformation condensed into stillness. Each day you rise intentionally, you awaken the force within you that has always been waiting, ready to shape a life defined by purpose, presence, and unstoppable momentum. You are awake. You are aligned. You are unstoppable.